Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Just waiting for the game to load, and I'm just sorting out the chat whilst it loads. So we'll be ready in just a second to do the weekly reset. I'm hoping everything will be okay with the live stream, because for the start of it, I am just exporting a video. I'm just going to see if I can get the chat up on my phone. Oh. Right, have I got... Okay, right, I have the chat. Which is good, right. Okay, so hello, welcome to the stream. So, to be honest, have not played Dreamlight Valley since the last stream. But we're going to have a look at our Dream Snaps. So rewards for the Pattern Party Dream Snaps Challenge. We got 900 Moonstones. Good afternoon, Lackia Gaming. Great to have you on the stream. And we got 115 Pixel Dust. And we ranked 73,166th in the Pattern Party Dream Snaps. So we will go and collect that. And we are level 9, which means we've got 4,000 Moonstones as well. Because we are... Oh, I've just hit my headphones. Because we are level 9 on the Pixel whatever. I can't remember what the bar's called. But we have just got level 9 on that. So we've got 4,000 Moonstones on top of the 900 from the Dream Snaps. Which is absolutely amazing. And that puts us on 10,500 Moonstones. So, Dream Snaps rewarding. So, this was my Pattern Party Dream Snaps submission. It was me in a nice outfit just in front of Daisy's house with a few motifs. Was quite a simple one, so I am very happy with the amount of Moonstones I got for that. The one we're currently voting on is the one we did in the last stream, which is our amazing Greek style build that we did in the Mythopia area of the Storybook Vale. So that is the submission for what we're currently currently voting on. Can't get words out. So I'm currently voting on this one. I've got Pegasus there, and I'm riding Pegasus in the back of that one. And the current challenge is Illusion Valley. Craft a mesmerizing illusion in your valley with magical decor that blurs reality and magic. Show us your most enchanting tricks and dreamy transformations. That, I'm excited about that one. That one should be quite good. Okay, right. So, that should be quite good. I don't think we have any routine duties to do. No, so there's no more routine duties. So, the Winter Warp Star Path I have completely finished. So we don't need to look at that this week. So let's have a look at the premium shop for the week. We have Dapper Donald and the Cupid Fountain. That's what Dapper Donald looks like. And that is the Cupid Fountain. We have the Green Vintage Kitchen set, which is, I'm guessing, from the Princess and the Frog. Yep, there you go. You can just see it going across there. So we've got the green Art Deco So we have the green Art Deco sink, the green vintage trolley, the green vintage counter, the green vintage counter corner, the cafe display case, and that is it. So I might get that. We also have a Bugs Life decor bundle with the giant string lights, the giant clover, the snail shell horn, the cotton's edge flower, and then we also have the display bubble machine, which looks quite cool. Oops, I did not want to click save. We've got the plant beard and mustache bundle. Kind of weird, but yeah. So then we have the Cloud Cottage. That is a really nice house style, but I'm not sure I'm going to get that one. We have elemental hairstyles. So we have Pompadour in the Cloud, Blazing Pixie, Blooming Bob, The Wave. So that is from Elemental, which is a Pixar film released a few years ago. We have the Cactus House, which again, not sure I'm going to get. Not sure I really like this one. We have the Sandy Landmark set with the Sandy Dream Castle, the Sandy Skull Rock, and the Sandy Donald's House. We have the Husky Puppy, the Icy Frozen Palace House Style, the Wishful Winter Cinderella, the Winter Fairy Unicorn. That is a really nice little companion. And we have Floating Lanterns and the Swan Boat in the Romantic set, as well as the Rosy Cloud Turtle. I really like this one. That is a really nice design, I think. We have, I'm so going to get this. So this is in my recommended. We have the Magnolia Decoration Bundle with the Magnolia Bloom Piles, the Potted Magnolia, the Blooming Magnolia Wallpaper, and the Patterned Wood Floor. That is really nice. I especially wanted for the Magnolia Arch and the Magnolia Bloom Piles. We have the Harmony Exterior Bundle. Let me just stop my screen going off. There we go. So we have the Harmony Exterior Bundle with the Floating Paper Lanterns, Airborne Kites, Stone Lantern, Sunburst Junk Boat. So that's the Harmony Exterior Bundle. We have the Valentine's Clothing Set with a lovely knitted cardigan, a Crisis Cross Your Heart top, a braided floral updo, a pink bow tie and suspenders shirt, and a blush option for hearts, which is for a face decoration. We also have the Icy Mountain River Kit, which was in the pre-shop a few weeks ago, and it is back in the shop again. And we have the Haunted Mansion House. This was seen in the Spooky Floating Festival. And we have the Alpine Chicken Coop, which again looks really nice and will fit in very well in the Wish Blossom Mountains. And then we still have all the seasonal bundles as well. So we'll go through it in terms of what category everything's in. So the Dapper Donald, Cupid Fountain, and the Green Kitchen set is in featured. In the Spotlight collection is the Bugs Life and the Display Bubble Machine with the Plant Beard and Moustache, the Cloud Cottage, the Elemental Hairstyles, and the Cactus House, along with the Sandy Landmarks. They are in the Spotlight collection. The Encore collection is the Husky Puppy, the Icy Frozen Palace, the Wishful Winter Cinderella, and the Winter Fairy Unicorn. Limited Time Deals Romantic set and the Rosy Cloud Turtle. And the recommended is the Magnolia Decoration Bundle, the Harmony Exterior Bundle, the Icy Mountain River Kit, the Valentine clothing set, the Haunted Mansion house, and the Alpine chicken coop is in my recommended. So that will be different for everyone. So make sure you check that out for yourself. The rest of the shop will be the same for everyone. And I'll show you my saved bundles as well. I have the Halloween castle skin and the Neverland River kit is in my saved bundles. And that won't change. So that is the Dream Snaps results as well as the premium shop. I'm just going to quickly check what is going on with my video export. If I could just move my device over. Okay, so about 7.5 minutes on that, that's fine. So we will make a start on coming up with the ideas for our Dream Snaps. And then we can see how that goes. Thankfully, our stream is doing okay, given the fact that I am exporting that video at the same time, but we seem to be doing okay. And so, yeah, it's all going well. Let's go and have a look at Scrooge's shop quickly, just to see what he has for sale. See if it's anything that's going to help create an illusion of mirroring worlds between reality and magical. I'm actually not sure how I'm going to do this one.
Boy, howdy. This place is nifty.
Not sure there's anything I really want from the Scrooge shop. So, right, if we go into the event, Dream Snaps, so it needs to be quirky, playful, and then miscellaneous and simple. So, looking at the pictures for inspiration, using a lot of the preview shop items, it's very much about creating an illusion on things not quite being real, not things being a little bit more different to what you would expect. So I'm not sure what we're going to do or where we're going to do it. It's quite a difficult one, I'd say, this week. Yeah. Me see what, because it says we could go more details if I can get up to it. Oh, more details. Oh, that's just how it works. Okay, I don't need to know how it works. Or how to submit. So, yeah, we'll do some voting for the actual thing. So this is architectural statements. So obviously this is what we put through for this one. But let's have a look at the voting, see what other people created. I'm going to say there's more of an architectural statement in this one. There's not architecture in this one. This one. I'm not sure who to vote for, to be honest, but I think we'll go with this one. I like this one. I'm a massive fan of the Magnolia stuff anyway, and some of the stuff that's actually in my recommended is in here, but I quite like this one. Can I... Oh, I can go full screen. So, this is a really nice Dream Snaps to this point. It's got the architectural statement using Mulan and Mulan's house with all the Magnolia set. I think it is such a nice Dream Snaps to this one. So I think we will go with it. And you got Mushu as a motif in the back. I think it's a really nice one for it, so we'll vote for that. And then I think we'll vote for this one, which doesn't have all that much of an architectural thing, but it does still look very nice. and it has some architecture there. We'll go with the Wish Blossom architecture because I do quite like that. We'll go with this one, which has some architecture in the Storybook Vale. And we'll go with this one. Oh, that is a really nice one as well. So that is done in the Pixie Acres and looks very nice with the castle over the top. That is definitely a very nice Dream Snaps. I definitely like that one. And the other one that we can vote for has some other items in it. And some from the Star Path. But I think we'll go with the one in the Pixie Acres. And we'll go with this one because it's actually really nice. I have done all the voting I need to do, but this is really nice. So it's based on cars. It's got all the V8 cafe stuff. And has a bunch of vehicles. So that is really nice. So we'll vote for that. And then I think that will do for the Dream Snaps voting. So all that's left on the weekly reset part of the stream is to do this week's Dream Snaps. So I think we're going to start off with a blank slate on the floating islands. We'll go to the Plaza Island. And I think it might be wise to clean up after this Dream Snaps from the start of the year. So we will empty all of that. There we go. So we'll clean all of this up. And then after we've done this, we can look at actually doing the Dream Snaps for this week. Let me just get my chat back up because I not quite got the same setup as usual today at the minute. There we go. So right, is that all of it cleared up? Yeah. What is that? Oh. So that is the whole lot cleared up. That's an eggplant plant. Okay. So I wish I could turn the rain off because this is actually really annoying. By the way, is this sorted yet? No. Okay. Right, so let's go into the... Actually, I've just forgotten. I need to open my decor outfit rewards, So we have a blue sailor's cap, a blue formal suit, and silver rose earrings. Okay. So in terms of the Dream Snaps, I want to see... So this is some of the furniture we can use for the set. We can use the butterflies again, which is always nice. I might use the bioluminescent palm tree. That could look quite nice. And anything that's kind of, I think, colourful definitely would help. And anything that kind of looks more magical would be nice. I'm just looking through kind of what we have already that fits the theme. But not much that I'm kind of getting a magical feel from, to be honest. So, I'm not sure what to do. Oops, I just hit the mic. I'm genuinely not sure what to do for this Dream Snaps. It might take me a while to come up with the idea. Because on actually making it look magical is perhaps a very difficult thing to do. So I think we need a lot of things that have animations to them would be quite nice. Maybe using some of the celestial stuff, because that's kind of some of the more magical items. Though I want to see, have I got any of the clouds? No. Okay, so let's go down to Scrooge's shop. We can see if we can order the clouds. And just give me a second, just I need to download the video that I'm exporting currently. Give me a second. Save to your computer. Okay, right, there you go. So, if you are interested, by the way, the video that I am exporting is a Heartopia video. I had originally intended to get it out Monday, but I didn't manage to get the editing done. But it should be out either today or tomorrow. And I have got some more videos actually recorded. So we should be back to getting out content a bit more frequently after today. Because I am a little bit more ahead on the videos. Okay. Oh. Right. Okay, there we go. So, I have now got everything sorted, so we can go into Scrooge's shop and see if he has anything in his catalogue that will help with the dream snaps. Particularly, what I'd like to get is... Okay, so this is all the stuff in my catalogue that fits the dream snaps. So all the rides, which I might use some of those. We also have the Steamboat Mickey boat, which is quite a nice item. We've got the Snow Angels that we could use. What's this? Oh, a beach banquet we could technically use. And then I mainly just want to see if the clouds are available in the for us to use in the dream snaps. There is a lot of furniture in my catalogue that we can actually use. So we have lots of furniture to get loads of so we will easily pass the dream snaps. But in terms of making a really nice design for it, I'm not sure if we have everything, if we have the ability to do it. So we want to make something that looks really nice for the dream snaps. But let me have a look. So we can get more of the New Year's community lanterns, which would help make it more magical. And also we can get the celestial pillar. We'll just keep going through the list. To see what we have, see if there's anything that would work quite nicely. So as obviously we saw the butterflies earlier in because we already have those on us. What else? I mean, we could use the chocolate fountain. That could look quite nice. And this fountain is animated, so if we could get it with the animation, could be quite cool as well. So we could use that. And this is what I wanted. So the magical flurry cloud. I think that's probably going to appear in quite a few dream snaps this week. So that would be quite nice, I think, to order, because it is definitely very magical. And then what else is this? That's it. So we'll get some of the magical flurry clouds. Even though it's going to cost me a lot, we'll get 5 of them, which is costing me 100,000 star coins. And then what else have we got? So, oh, what's this actually? Oh, an equine treadmill and winch tower. Okay. So I'm obviously going to put the butterflies in. I could do this dragon. So we have a straw and wood dragon dummy, which could look quite cool. So we'll buy that. Oh, that's the literally lounge chair. Okay, we don't want that. So, in terms of other things that I might get, let's go back up here, because there were some things we actually saw. I might get some more of the New Year's community lanterns, because they're going to be quite nice. Right, I'm heading home, and then we'll be able to chat more. Okay, not a problem, Lakia Gaming. I'll see you back in the chat when you get back home. And hopefully I'll have some more ideas for this Dream Snaps. What's this? So that's the Wicked Fiery Thorns. I'm going to get one of those. Oh, actually, I already have that. We won't get another one then. And these teacups, remarkably, I think, could look quite cool. But I can't buy them. That's really annoying, because I can't buy them. So I might have to see why I can't get them. And these could look quite cool, because these are the Momrath living plant path, which again kind of has the idea of being more magical. A desert bloom coffee table, no, not really what I'm thinking.
Gotta say, my neighbors are on the level.
So yeah, we'll just go through the minute in terms of our catalogue on what we have. Are these lantern garlands, which I'm guessing is going to be a ceiling item. Because it's meant to be the illusion on bending the walls of reality. It's kind of, for what I'm looking and reading it, that's kind of what it's saying. So we'll get some more bioluminescent palm trees. That's the rusted cubic shells, which I don't want. So if we get some of those,
I've never been somewhere so
and then
magical.
I might get, I'm looking, 'cause these rides are quite cool. Whether I will use them or not, I don't know. And I'm kind of actually thinking on just making, if we want to make kind of a magical setting, let's head out of here. And we can see what we have. I'm also just going to get my extra screen that I usually have near to me now, so because then I'll be able to see the chat, assuming my video is downloaded. Okay, that pretty much right. Okay, so let me get the live chat up on a bigger screen so that it won't keep going off, and then I'll also have a lot more of the information about the stream. Assuming it works. There, right. So now I can actually see what all you guys can see. So, in terms of making this look magical, I think we definitely kind of want a castle, and we could go with the Snowdrop Castle because that's a really nice style house. And then I also quite like this, so we could do, I'm thinking, if we go onto the floating island and have some houses around the back, and then we can make something that looks mystical and magical and really a really nice kind of area for this Dream Snaps is what I'm thinking. So if we start with kind of the big parts of it, so it's definitely going to be the Snowdrop Castle. I think that's going to be such a big part of it. And then I think just for kind of covering up around it, it could be quite nice to add some other house styles in. So if we kind of do like that to make an area that we're going to use, and then I'll put this, oh, that is much smaller than I was expecting actually. I was going to say we could put the little Italian date night table in the middle, which is kind of fitting with what's coming. Next week, we'll be doing an update stream next week, which should be really good. But we can have a nice chocolate fountain there, because that kind of blurs reality a little bit. And then have some nice floating lanterns. Let me go back into my Dream Snaps category, because that's where most of the stuff that we can use is going to be. And then obviously we said about using the bioluminescent trees. Just because I think kind of blurs the lines a bit. And then maybe a little snow miniature castle there. And there, just, you know, a nice mini home might work quite nicely. I'm also going to put this little archway in, just because I think it would look nice to do the image from there. We'll go with a nice magical looking wishing well in the background as well. And then what else do we have in the Illusion Valley? Oh, an amethyst lioness statue, which could go just next to the table there. See, I would say that's quite magical, but I think I'd more like it for the lighting on it. So this is maybe a little bit more all over the place than I generally go with. However, it's mainly because we're kind of doing a mishmash area. So I might pull these forward a bit. Just to give us a bit more space so we can spread things out a little bit more. And we'll just kind of go with anything that looks magical and mystical. It might not be the greatest Dream Snaps this time, but we've had a few good weeks, so it's not too bad. And then I definitely want these clouds because they look really nice. And then we could do a pillar in front of the castle. And then actually, instead of all of this for the entryway to it, I might do the Arendelle city centre. Kind of inside it. And then continuing kind of out round the outside on thinking what we could use. Just also to make the area a bit more enclosed. We'll use the spell pumpkin as well. And we've got a little teapot. Which actually, I maybe think, so if we spread all this out a little bit. We'll move those down there. Move the little castle down in front of there. Can move the kind of thorny tree down there. Because I'm kind of thinking having the really big teapot next to the really small table kind of works quite nicely. And then if we do that, I know a lot of the kind of dream snaps we see, a lot of the ones that do really well have a lot going on. So I think it'll be nice to incorporate a lot into the design. I'm just trying to find things that kind of look magical. And then in the idea of the big and the small, we could go with a small little dragon statue there. Because they've got a small table with a big teapot. I kind of like that, so we'll stick that in there. With a scallop stool, why not? Why not put a big stool next to the table as well? And then, is that all we have that's kind of going to fit the theme? I might just use these to enclose the area. If we do that, doesn't need to be perfect because the main use of it is literally just to hide things. Or what, to kind of close it a bit. So if we go around now, so that's probably all the stuff we have for it. So I think what I'd like to do is find a nice path to put down. Oh, I said about using the Moan Roth living path, so we'll put that down as well. And then we have 722 of this path, so we may as well kind of use it. So if we just kind of go round with this path, kind of just in the main area here. And we can kind of keep placing it across. Just to try and make it have somewhat of a flooring. And that will do really well. And then, yeah, we should be then pretty much ready to take the dream snaps. I might do it in the same mode that I did the last dream snaps, where I'm kind of in the... where I could kind of look around a bit more. Rather than having me as the central focus of the image, having the area be a massive part of the image, I think always looks cool. It looks nice. So we'll just keep placing this down here. And then just going in there. So there we go. So we've filled that part of the path in, which I think kind of helps give it some extra nice design. That's not what I don't want to go there. Oh yeah, I couldn't go under the spell pumpkin, can we? Okay, let's just put the spell pumpkin there just so we can make it easier to keep building the path. And then we can take the path just all the way around. And this will be kind of the merging the lines of the real world and the magical, mystical world. So you have a normal path and some normal kind of aspects, while also having things be a little bit not right. So you have the tiny table with the massive teapot, the chocolate fountain, the bioluminescent trees, castles, big buildings, a dragon, a big dragon and a small dragon. So it's a massive dragon there, and then you've got the small dragon next to it. So I think it does kind of help blur the lines between the reality and kind of the not so real side of it. So if we come out of that, if it loads, when it loads, it should load eventually, in theory. Let me just go on here. Right, so, okay, yes, so we've got the video downloaded, that's fine. So that's the Dream Snaps design done. In terms of what I want to do inside the Dream Snaps, obviously I need to have a good outfit. So if we're going on mystical and magical as well, I don't quite like those. We could go with a formal suit, or I think, actually no, I was going to say I think the armor, but no, actually. Do we have anything that I actually like in terms of magical outfits? I mean, that is a magical outfit. They're quite nice. That's less nice. But now I just look at that. What have I... Oh, is that because of the outfit? Might be because of the outfit. Yeah, that outfit was really weird. I'm not sure I like that outfit. I've given myself vampire teeth, not that we can see them. But we'll go with the diamond in the stuff, actually, because I think it kind of works quite nicely in kind of making it a bit more witchy, a bit more magical and mystical. Feel free to let me know what you think in the live chat. Should add some wings to it. I mean, we definitely kind of look more magical. Though, if we just gave ourselves the full thorny aesthetic, I actually think that's quite cool. And then we could do that, and then could we give ourselves... There we go. Oh, actually... Though I did just see some which I did like. All the way down at the bottom, we could go with the full... Rather than going with a more gothic outfit, going with sparkly wings with the grand jacket. And then, have we got any trousers to suit? Pants. I wouldn't say they fit, so we'll go... Does that work? If we go with that, that's quite magical. And then give ourselves our glasses back. And guys wearing those glasses, were they? Right, so if we go with that, because that's a bit more magical, a bit more mystical, and then I kind of like the idea of putting a bunch of horses in the area, because a lot of these horses do look quite magical anyway. I think it'd be quite nice to have all the horses here. And then kind of also gives more life to the area if we have creatures here as well. We'll go with our little unicorn fairy, who we can just stick just by the castle. We can also then go with, maybe not thinking Maximus or Khan, because they're not the most magical looking. Sven, I love having Sven in my images, so we'll go and put Sven just down here. I'm back again. Have you come up with a good idea? This is the idea I've got. I'll show it in the camera mode in a second. If we just put Pegasus there. Oh, Merlin's appeared on the floating island. Okay. Random. So then if we go into the camera mode and go into this mode here. So like we did in the last stream snaps we did. If I do that. So that's the idea that we have. I'm not sure quite on the image to go with yet. But we have a lot of kind of adding the mystical element to it. We might be able to add a bit more of a mystical charm using some of these. Okay, maybe not with those, but if we go over here, we can add that to it, which I think actually looks quite cool. And then we've obviously put all our horses in. In terms of these, I kind of like the idea of having the Secura Blossom with us. Though, what's our thing? Okay, what I might do is go and stand by the castle with Pegasus. Just so we can get that as the full effect. And then, if I go into my gliders, we can just go with the Dreamlight glider. Or can we ride on a book? Might have us riding on a book. Because then we can go into here. There we go. So, I don't want that. So, can I... So there's only so far we can go with it. So, it's kind of a little bit... I might go into the furniture menu and actually remove some of the stuff from the front. Because you're not generally seeing it anyway. But it might help with actually the idea on getting the perfect image. Because I definitely want to show the castle off in full glory. So that's kind of a nice image. You can't see many. You can see some of the horses, I think. But I think it's quite nice. I might spread some things out a little bit more, just to kind of give the full effect to the castle. But that's kind of what we've got so far. But I might spread some of this stuff out that's in the central area a little bit, just to fill the area out. And then I think that will look a bit better. So if we kind of move that out a little bit. And then bring that out this way. Put the little chair over here somewhere. And then, yeah, just moving things forward a little bit, I think's a nice idea. Just also to stop the blocking of the castle. And then actually what I wanted to do is put the butterflies in. Because the butterflies is often, people quite like it, having them. And they also count towards the points on the dream snaps anyway. So if we do that, we have a lot then going on. Though, I'm thinking actually, if we just go with the wide shot like that, you get the full effect of everything, I think. We could kind of do that. Because you can kind of then get a little bit more. Yeah, if we do that, I think, actually. Rather than go with the super wide shot, if we bring some of these more magical horses a little bit more into the frame.
The villagers are depending on you, my friend. So never give up.
Then we could stick our little horse there. There we go. And then we'll just move Sven out into here. And then if we go over here and take the photo again. So if we go with that, obviously we said about putting the framing in to kind of add a little bit more mysticalness to it. There we go. We'll increase the focus on it. And then in terms of what we can do, if we are there standing on a book, I think that's quite cool. And then obviously touch magic needs to be off. I think everything else can be on. You could kind of see Merlin in the back. Oh, I've not quite got enough quirky. Okay. Just give me a second. I need to... It certainly looks magical. Thank you, Lucky Gaming. I just need to get a little bit more quirkiness into the... Like, quirky furniture into the mix. So we'll just go and do this. And then actually we could just stick like that there. And then because they're from the same film, we'll put like the Hatter lamp there. And then what I'm going to do is just behind these buildings, it often works putting extra furniture in out of direct view of the camera, just to sometimes get the extra furniture in if you're struggling to get a certain category in. So just hiding little things in place. So that should be enough quirky now. So if we go back to the image and do what we did before, so we increase the focus a bit, change the time of day, and then no, that's not what I want to go there. So that's what I want to. So because I want to go on my glider, and then we can increase the saturation a bit, increase the brightness. So if we do that, so that we have loads of quirky, loads of playful, we do also have miscellaneous and simple. And then to add a bit more magicalness to it, we can also kind of put extra things in. And I'm also thinking, just because of when this is going to get voted on, we can put some of the Lady and the Tramp stuff in terms of the motifs, because Lady and the Tramp are coming to the valley next week, which should be very fun. We can actually, what do we have? So we can put the fairy godmother in. No, press the wrong button. So we could do that. We have, obviously we could stick that up in there. We can continue to kind of add to the magicalness of it by putting these in. And then I'm just going through to see what else we have in the motifs. Should we just go with another character in there? Actually, if I remove that motif, actually, because I'm also thinking, what else do we have? Because we could do more magic, I think. So if we go through on the kind of motifs that we have, what could we put in to make it a bit more magical and a bit more? Maybe we could do, I think that is quite a nice image. So what do we think to that with everything that I've done kind of after taking the photo? What do we think? Do we like it? I think that is quite a nice dream snaps. For obviously blurring between the real and the magical and having a lot going on. I know you've got the butterflies, the clouds, you've got New Year's lanterns, everything floating. We've got some magical characters in there as well, because you've got the fairy godmother. So I think that is quite nice. So yeah, let's submit that, because we are definitely hitting the requirements of the dream snaps, and we can see how that does when that'll get voted on next week. So to get voted on in 6 days, and then in 2 weeks time we'll get our results for the dream snaps that we've just done. But let's get rid of all of that now. And there we go. So, we'll quickly clean up from the... Actually, no, I might leave it in case I decide to change anything about the dream snaps. But let's go back to the valley. So next week I am going to do a stream for the update. As I say, Lady of the Tramp is coming to the valley next week. It is coming out on the 11th of February. It'll most likely release around the usual weekly reset time. So Lady of the Tramp will probably be coming to the valley around about 2:30 next week. So 1 week today. As I have that week off work, so I can play for as long as I want, trying to get those characters. So that should be nice and fun. I did say there was some things I wanted to get from the premium shop. Mainly I wanted the Magnolia decoration set. And I also wanted to get up here. I really do. This would be nice to do some decorations for Tiana's palace in any valley we decide to add extra decoration. So we'll buy that, and I think that will do on spending our moonstones. So let's go to our inventory. We'll empty our pockets as best we can. I have been meaning for a long time to sort my storage out, but I have not got around to it. So it's mainly a lot of Wish Blossom stuff, which I have not organised the Wish Blossom stuff in my storage yet, and that is generally what is causing me some issues in terms of what we're doing. What's this? That raw iron? Yeah. Let me just sort that as well. There we go. As you can see, I have a lot of resource. That's why I have so many chests full of resources, because I do generally need a lot of space for my stuff in this game. So there we go. It's mostly, for as much as I have space to store it, we have stored most of the stuff. I just want to see if I can put these rose bouquets away. And then what we're going to do for the rest of the stream is I need to harvest my pumpkins and get some money back, because obviously we've spent a lot of star coins doing the dream snaps recently. So we need to harvest all of these. And I could do with doing some quests with some villagers. Continue with that. And I also want to see if in the Wish Blossom Mountains, if Aladdin's gem stall is selling the shiny honeycomb gem, because we need those for the last Hold Your Horses quest, and it is quite easy to just quickly get them from Aladdin. So if we can do that, that'll help, and then we just need to try and just keep going on to get the flowers. But we're not lucky today on the gem we need, so that's fine. And I'm not going to go to Beast Greenhouse yet, just because I don't want to fill my pockets with flowers from the Beast's Greenhouse. So we will leave that for now. What I'm going to do, because I believe... So Sully is set to gardening, so he'll get me a bunch of extra pumpkins. Though it said he was in his house and he's not. The map's not always the greatest at showing where people are. So we might have to kind of hunt around to find him. But I believe if I go into here, go down to Monsters Inc. There we go. So he's level 6 and set to gardening. So we can level him up by doing some of the... by harvesting our pumpkins. I'm just going to see if I can get rid of any of these red dots. No, the red dots aren't disappeared. It's disappeared for Snowbrook Vale, but not on the others, unfortunately. So let's go back in here, see if we can get Sully to come out. Though it doesn't look like he's going to come out of his house. Let me check, because I have an app that says where the villagers should be. So where does it say he should actually be? Because, as I say, it's not always the greatest at saying where they actually are. If I go characters... So it says Sully is wandering in the valley. Is what it says for where he should be. So we might just find him wandering around somewhere. Let's just kind of go back to the wishing well, just see if that'll update the map. No, okay. Oh, we'll get the blue chest, get some more moonstones from that. If we can't find Sully, we'll just go and do our harvesting with another character. Because we do have a lot of characters set to gardening, and some that will give us more resource than him. So we'll just see whichever villagers that's set to gardening we find first.
I'm so glad you came by.
May as well. We'll do it with Minnie, why not? We'll do some gardening with Minnie today. And also, gardening's a good way to get memories. And since we're probably going to have a new star path come to the game next week as well, it's probably going to be worth getting some more memories through harvesting the pumpkins. So we are ready for whatever we need to do in the next star path, which generally comes when the next update comes. So given the fact that the next update is next week, it's definitely going to be worth getting ready for that. So let's do this harvesting of the pumpkins, which will get me, it normally gets me about 150 200,000 star coins doing this, which always helps, especially when we are spending thousands of star coins on the dream snaps each week to get duplicate furniture. Let's just continue going along here. There we go. And let's just collect all of these pumpkins. And then we'll see how many extras we got. So there's about 85 planting spots there. Now my companions are giving me some as well, and that's always useful. So there's about 85 planting spots for the pumpkins there. And we got in return 221 pumpkins from 85 seeds. Is absolutely phenomenal. That is, hang on, me do the maths. So we got 221 pumpkins. We had 85 planting spots, so that's 136 extra pumpkins, which is amazing. So let's go and sell those, and we can go and get some pumpkin seeds to replace them. We won't be able to
My friend.
harvest them again today because they do take 4 hours to grow. So we will just harvest them probably between streams, because I will hopefully play this between now and the next stream, because Friday is my last day at work for 10 days, so have plenty of time to play in that time. But let's go to Goofy's stall here in the Forgotten Lands,
Hey there.
and we'll firstly sell the pumpkins. So they sell for 664 each, which means we're going to get 146,000 star coins, which is absolutely amazing. I'll sell the giant acorns as well. There we go. So on 1.8 million star coins, we need to buy the seeds again. So let's go in here, and we can buy 85 pumpkin seeds for only 23,000 star coins. And we'll claim some more Dreamlight. We want 84,000 Dreamlight. So we have plenty there for when we get more realms as we go through the updates this year. I've probably, generally on how many realms they release each year, I'd say I've probably got enough Dreamlight to open all the realms if they were to get released in one go, which obviously they won't, but it's always useful to have. But let's go over here and plant our pumpkins. And then we could do some quests with villagers, because some of the villagers I have not done many of the quests with, and it's always going to be needed to do these quests. So it's definitely worth doing that. So we'll just plant all of these. And yeah, this is kind of the best way to get money in the game, is just by planting and harvesting a bunch of these. It takes a while to kind of start out with them, because you have to unlock a lot. You have to unlock the Forgotten Lands, which takes a while anyway. And then these seeds are fairly expensive, but there's a good return on them, so it's quite good. Because after a few times of planting and harvesting them, you could then just buy like 99 seeds, which I did for a while. At one point I was just every day harvesting 99 pumpkins, which is why I'm on nearly 2 million star coins, was just by doing this repeatedly. Useful tip for you there on getting money in the game. But we are almost done on planting them. And then, because it's quicker, I might just go and get on a horse to water them, because then I don't need to press anything, I could just walk across. There we go. And they've got one seed left over just to go in this one here. And then I want to say Angel has gardening. Yes, Angel has gardening. Unfortunately uses my energy to do gardening with us, so we'll just head into our house to get the energy, and then we could go and water the crops with Angel, which is the first horse I got as part of the Wish Blossom Ranch DLC. So let's get on Angel. And we could just do this. There we go, because this way we kind of for every bit we move, we're planting a bunch of crops. And let's give you mining. Why not? So there we go. I think, yeah, that's all of our crops done. Quite useful. So let's just go down here and we'll go inside of our stables that we made. Just give me a second. Okay, it's fine. So I've just had a magazine put through the letterbox, that's fine. Right, so let's come out here. Oh, we may as well do this. Where's the other one? I guess the other one's in here, isn't it? Oh, come on. There we go. Just about did it. And that's got us some more star coins as well. So, obviously we need to do quests with villagers. So we may as well do Minnie Mouse's quests. Because we're already hanging out with her. And we've got the first quest to do is the language of flowers. Which, what level does that require it to be? Just out of interest. I've gone on to Dream Teams, great. Right, so if we go down here on our quest that we have available. So this is Minnie Mouse's first friendship quest. It is her level 2 friendship quest. So, hello Corey, I'm so glad to see you. The language of flowers. Oh Corey, I'm so glad to see you. Isn't this a charming village? I'd love to pick some of the beautiful flowers. Would you like to do that with me? I'd love to help. Wonderful. I saw lovely blue flowers in the forest. Let's pick some together. I might even give them to that charming Mickey. Or maybe I shouldn't. Oh, I'm so embarrassed that I don't remember him. Okay, so pick blue star lilies in the forest with Minnie. Now I want to see if we can make this quest easier. Because I most likely have blue star lilies. Now if I place them on the ground and pick them up in the forest, we're still going to be harvesting them in the forest. Blue star lily. Transfer. I think I only need like 6 of them, I think. Yeah, 6. So if we go out to the forest, will this work? We will see. Because it does say you have to pick them in the forest. So we most likely do have to do it in the forest. But I would imagine that just because obviously where you place them down, they do just go as normal flowers. It should allow us to pick them back up and it work. You can't drop any items here, okay. Have I got any just empty space in the forest? Plant them. So if I drop those, and yeah, it just works. So we can make it nice and easy for ourselves. There we go. So bring the blue star lilies to Minnie. Oh, thank you, Koi. It's so nice to see flowers again. When I was in that in-between place, I felt safe, but there was no colour, so it was a little sad. These flowers are the perfect remedy. You know, I think I'd like to give them to that kind fellow I met, Mickey. Could you help me make a nice arrangement for him? I have the vase we need right here. All it needs is flowers. We can fill it with the hydrangeas, bellflowers and star lilies we picked. So there we go. And I'm guessing we just need to craft Minnie's flower arrangement. So we could just go into our furniture mode and place down a crafting table. And we can make Minnie's flower arrangement. And then I will just go and pick up our crafting table and we can talk to Minnie. Oh, it looks perfect, Corey. I hope Mickey will like it. His name was the only memory I held on to in that other place. Could you deliver it for me, please? I'm still embarrassed that I don't remember him. Okay, so we need to go and find Mickey. Where is Mickey Mouse? He's probably... Oh, he's at the plaza. So we'll just go and walk down to the plaza. And it says that Mickey is just over here somewhere.
Pardon me.
Yes, Mickey Mouse. He's sat down on the bench. So yes, we'll give him Minnie's flower arrangement.
Hey there.
Flowers from Minnie. Gosh, that sure is nice of her. Say, how's she doing? Does she remember anything new? She remembers flowers. There's still hope. You bet there is, Corey. Thanks for helping her. Oh, and would you thank her for the flowers?
Wow.
Absolutely. So, we can talk to Minnie. Did Ricky like the flowers? He did. Oh, I'm so glad. This situation certainly is strange. I feel like I should know him, but I don't. Maybe talking to him will help your memory. Oh, that makes me a little nervous, but I could try. So that is Minnie's level 2 quest done, and we can go straight in with her next quest, On the Trail of Minnie's Memory. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Corey. I've made an interesting discovery. Since I got here, I've been very drawn to the same part of the village, the peaceful meadow. I feel like there's something calling me there. Could you help me figure it out? That's great, of course I'll help. Thank you. The meadow always makes me happy and it feels familiar. Especially near the pond. Come with me, I'll show you.
There's work to do. My neighbors.
Okay, so let's go down to the meadow. And we'll follow Minnie to the pond in the meadow. Just here. Talk to Minnie. This place feels so familiar to me. Corey, do you see that strange thing? It's flickering in and out of reality just like you were. Was that what I looked like? Oh goodness. How did you bring me back? A device called the Dreamlight Magnifier. How interesting. Let's go ask Mickey about it. Okay, so we're going to need to go and find Mickey again. He will probably still be in the plaza. So we could just go up there to go and see him. Hello Mickey.
Hiya, pal.
Mickey, we found a floating, sparkling fishing pole. Floating and sparkling, huh? That's kinda how Minnie looked when she was lost. Hot dog. What can I do to help? Could we borrow the Dreamlight Magnifier? Of course. Here, take it. Okay, so we're going to get that back. And we will hopefully be able to bring the Dreamlight Magnifier to the sparkling fishing pole in the meadow. So let's do this. And we can just pick the sparkling fishing pole up. And talk to me. There we go. Corey, I remember something. I remember fishing here with Goofy, but it wasn't for fun. It was important. Then we went to the beach and... oh, the rest is fuzzy. Maybe something at the beach will help me remember. Let's go see. So let's go down to the beach. And it says find another memory on the beach using the Dreamlight Magnifier. So we'll go down to the beach and see what we can find. So it is whatever this is. So we can interact with that. And it is a sparkling hat. Okay, and we'll talk to Minnie again. This is Donald's hat. Yes, I remember Donald Duck. I was catching fish for him. He was about to go on a dangerous mission, so I was packing food for him. I found Donald in the forest. The forest, I remember that. I followed Donald to give him food for his journey, but while I was following him, something happened to me. Could we go to the forest? It's the last thing I remember. Absolutely, let's go over to the forest. which is just over here. So if we just go up into the forest, we can investigate the forest of Valor to find another lost memory.
My friend.
Now, this one might be more difficult because my forest is much more heavily decorated, so it might be more difficult to find. But it's over here by the wishing well. It looks like a book. 32 package. Okay, so we'll talk to Minnie again. I remember now, Donald was going to fight the forgetting. I was running trying to give him the supplies, but then a gust of wind caught me and spun me all about. And then I wasn't in the forest anymore, and there was no colour. I was alone for a long time. I was so lonely. I missed Mickey. Gasp! I remember Mickey. Oh, he's the one I love. How could I forget? My poor sweet Mickey. I have to find him. Okay, so go see Mickey with Minnie. So let's go over here, and Mickey is just here. It says, listen as Minnie talks to Mickey. Mickey, Minnie, what's wrong? Are you okay? I'm wonderful. I remember everything. I remember you. You do? You do? Ha ha! I knew you would. But Minnie, why are you crying? Oh, Mickey, I'm so sorry. I forgot I loved you. Gosh, Minnie, don't be sorry. It's not your fault. And you did forget. Not really. Not in your heart. We never really forget memories we keep in our hearts. You couldn't be more right. Oh, Mickey, I love you, and I want to make sure I remember that in my heart and in my head always. We have to protect our memories from the forgetting. Where's that Dreamlight magnifier?
Could you come and see me?
Okay, so we'll give Mickey the Dreamlight magnifier. It says you helped to remember. Gosh, I can't thank you enough. Here's the Dreamlight magnifier. Keep it safe in case we need it again. I've got a feeling we'll definitely need it again. I'll keep it safe and sound.
See you real soon.
Okay, Minnie Mouse, I can't believe I forgot my dear sweet Mickey. He always tried to be cheerful, but I know it made him sad. I could see it in his face, even though he tried to hide it. Thank you for helping me remember. Okay, so that's the next quest done, and we have another one to do.
Hello.
I wish all my
So, hello Corey, I'm so glad to see you. Remembering old times. Corey, did you know there used to be a rustic clock tower in the plaza? Oh god. I remember this quest, and it uses so much clay. It was quite large and elegant, and it helped everyone keep time. It seems to have disappeared during the forgetting. Would you help me bring it back to Dreamlight Valley? Of course I'll help. Wonderful. Now let me see. It was very tall, built of stones, hardwood and clay. Oh, and the clock hands were made of iron.
Aren't you adorable?
Okay, so the only thing we need is 30 iron ingots. We have 100 stone, 100 hardwood and 200 clay. So we'll see if we can get any iron ingots from Christoph's stall. We'll just clean out some of those. He's not selling any iron ingots, but we can at least get some hardwood. And we may as well, just to make it easier, go round to Christoph's many stalls and just see if we can get any iron ingots just to help us along. What battery are we on? 13%, okay. Right, so let's go over here. So I guess that's titanium ingots. So that's copper. Oh, no, it's iron ingots. Okay. That's brass, right. So we've got some iron ingots, which takes us to 14. Just doing this so that I can save the iron ore, because I like having loads of it in case I have a need for that much. So I like having a lot of stuff. So he's not selling any in the Storybook Vale, but we can go down to Wish Blossom Mountains and have a look over here. So if we go over here, we can find Christoph's stall. Where is it? It's just this one here. Doesn't look like he's selling any ingots, but he is selling some dry wood. So I will get the dry wood while I'm here. And it looks like we'll have to craft the rest of the iron ingots that we need for the quest to build the rustic clock tower. Very resource intensive, but that is why I have stored so much stuff up over the last few years that I've been playing this game, just to make sure that I have what we need. I don't know why I've got into the restaurant though. I need the shop. I don't know why I went into the restaurant, because I need the crafting table, which is in the shop. So let's just go down here.
This valley is pretty great.
We can make iron ingots. I don't want to make them with wrought iron. But I need 16 iron ingots. So let's make those. And we can talk to Minnie. We'll see if Minnie's still following me. If not, we will go and find where she has gone. Yeah, she's no longer following me. So where has Minnie gone? She's in the meadow. Okay. I also think it is probably high time to change the shop and restaurant back to their normal designs.
I'm so happy.
Because we're kind of coming out of the wintry months. But let's go and craft the rustic clock tower. We'll craft it in Scrooge's shop, why not? And then I believe we just need to place it in the plaza.
This is an island I can spend some time.
So let's go into here. And
Have you ever heard
we
Ariel?
can just make the rustic clock tower. There we go. Oh, it just says somewhere in the village. Okay. So where do we place the clock tower? Because I don't think it would actually fit anywhere in the plaza. Because I believe... let's get it up. So that's what the rustic clock tower looks like. Now, given my plaza currently, I don't think it's going to fit in here at all. However, I mean, we could place it, actually. Is there kind of a front to this? I'm going to say probably goes that way. So if we place it there, we can move that around a little bit. We can place the little ice cream cart there. And we could just have the little clock tower in the plaza just there. I think that looks quite nice in the little market stall area. And let's go and return to Minnie. Oops, talk. You've done a wonderful job, Corey. The rustic clock tower looks as good as new, both elegant and useful. You know, seeing you do so many useful things reminds me of the Cheerful Chums Club. What's the Cheerful Chums Club? Well, I don't recall exactly who was in the club, but I know we made sure everyone in the village had what they needed. If the club were around today, I might just nominate you to be the president. Oh, before I forget, I made these clothes as a thank you present for all your wonderful work. Okay. There goes that everything. I hope you like them.
Congratulations.
Okay, so we have... I'm guessing it's going to be one last quest to do.
Hello.
The club renewal. Yoo-hoo, Koi, I've been thinking about the wonderful work you do. It's so kind of you, but I think you could use some help. So I think it's time we put the Cheerful Chums Club back together. I thought I mentioned it to you. The club was a group of villagers. We made sure everyone in the village had what they needed. It was a lot like what you do. Before the forgetting, we used to hold secret meetings in the swamp. We usually held those secret meetings to plan surprise parties. We even had our own banner. I wonder if there's anything left of
I
it.
can't wait for my date with Mickey later.
Okay, so the club renewal. So we need to investigate in the Glade of Trust. I'm also just thinking I want to hang out with Minnie again. Just so... No, not Moana's stall. Don't need Moana's boat. I want to hang out with Minnie just so she's following me for every time it says
Hello, one another.
that we need to speak with her. Just like I did with the Anna quests, I will upload this all as a separate video, as well as the stream, just so that if you do need to watch any of the quests on how to do these quests, you absolutely can. Just find the video quite easily. That is the plan, and it looks like we have found something. So we found an old and damaged banner. So let's talk to Minnie about it. Hello, Corey. Oh, what do you have there? It's a bit of a mess, but it's a banner, and it says Cheerful Chums. Of course. That's the banner for the club I told you about. I asked, but I couldn't find any remaining members of the club. So we'll just have to start it up again. Now, we had a saying at the club. Always make sure Dreamlight Valley is a happy and beautiful place. I think Anna and Woody came up with that. We should repair the banner for them. Let's see. We'll need to make a new red dye and gather some fabric and gold nuggets. The next thing to do is get some new members. Anna and Woody used to be in the club. I'll see if they're here. And of course you should be an official member, Corey. Actually, you should be the president. Would you mind if we had our first meeting in your house? No problem at all. Wonderful. I'll go get the other members and we'll meet you at your house. It may take me a while, so you should have time to repair the banner and hang it up to welcome everyone to the club. So we need to craft a red dye and we need 4 more fabric. So let's see what we can do.
We have to stop Ursula from taking control
Let's
of this.
go up into the plaza. See what we can get from Christoph. Is that fabric? I think. Is either fabric or fiber that he's got? He's got fiber. Okay. We'll just make the fabric ourselves then, and then we can craft the red dye as well. So may as well just do it all in our house, since that's where the quest is going to be after this anyway. So let's just go in here, and we can make red dye, and we can also make fabric. Oh, hang on. Fabric's the other thing, isn't it? Ah, fabric. Yeah, it uses cotton. How much do I need? Oh, I only need 4 more fabric. Okay, I think I can manage to craft that. I have enough cotton for that, so that's fine. And we can craft the Cheerful Chums Club banner. There we go. And place the in your house. Okay. So let's just place it on the wall here. And we can relaunch the Cheerful Chums Club. There we go. Me save that to the gallery. just as a nice photo. If it loads, it's just taking a little while. There we go. The picture has been successfully saved to your gallery.
I'm having so much fun.
Okay, so talk to Minnie. Oh, that was so much fun. It was wonderful to see everyone again. Thank you for finding the banner and opening your house to us. And, well, thank you for everything. You've been such a marvellous friend, Corey. I want you to have this, and I want you to know that I'll never forget what you've done for me. I'll do everything I can not to forget something so important ever again. And we've got Minnie Mouse's dress. Please come visit me anytime you'd like.
Wait to meet everyone.
Okay, so as far as I'm aware, that is the last quest for Minnie. And that, to be honest, did not take very long to do all the quests with Minnie Mouse. So there we go. That is another character's level 10 quest ticked off. So I think that is probably... Actually, let's go and have a look around Scrooge's many shops around the valley. And actually we'll change the shop and restaurant back to what they're meant to be as well while we're here. Because that should be a good idea. So we'll go into Scrooge's store on Eternity Isle. So let's go in here. Not much I want there. Oh, I might take that though.
Oh,
Art Deco glass shelves. I'll get that. Could decorate in our kitchen with that.
Happening today, everybody?
What is that?
Good day to you.
Monsters Inc. electrical panel. Okay. Not sure I really want that, to be honest.
Goodbye now. Toodaloo.
So let's go down here.
Have you ever heard Ariel's?
And I'm just gonna get this comfy red hoodie as well. What's this? Not sure I'm too bothered about. So then we'll head over to the Storybook Vale and have a look in there. And at that shop. We'll see what he is selling in the Storybook Vale. And then we'll head over to the Wish Blossom Mountains. So, his store is just down this way, next to Tiana's Palace. And we can head in here and see what he is selling in the Storybook Vale.
This salty sea. Good day to you.
A vintage wooden dresser.
Oh.
I'm going to get it because it's an Encanto themed item. And in a future video or stream, I do want to do a building for Mirabelle's house. It might be this week, it might be next week. I'm not actually sure yet. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But it's going to be, I'll quickly show you. If I get on, we'll get on Fairy. Why not? So we'll quickly run over here. So Mirabelle is living over in Mythopia. Just up here. And I want to make a really nice area for her, because I made this area around her house, but I thought I could do a better job. So I'm going to redo this area, make it nice and fitting. And the idea is that eventually, if we get more characters from Encanto, or if we get characters from Coco, I would have them live all in this one area, because I think the styles would probably match up quite nicely. So that's the plan of what we want to create, and we will see if we can do that in a future, it'll probably be in a video either this week or next week, because next week's stream is obviously, as I said, going to be the update stream. So probably not gonna have time to do the designing in that stream, because we're gonna have the weekly reset as well as the update stuff to do as well on trying to get Lady and the Tramp next week. But now let's go. Why have I gone this way? I need to go this way. I need Scrooge's shop. So Scrooge works in here in the Wish Blossom Mountains. Okay, so he's actually got a nice TV in here, which I think is quite nice. It's a nice curved screen TV. Have I already got that though? I might already have that. Oh no, I don't. Okay, let's get the curved screen TV. Why not? And then what else is he selling? Anything we want? I mean, that is quite funny. Some of these are quite funny photos, to be honest. I kind of think these are quite funny, so I might go and get these just because they're quite funny portraits. And then we've got a stack of mannequins. I'm not really too bothered about those. We've got what looks like a teacher's desk or a locker counter. Not too bothered about that. And I think that is probably it. Okay, that's the black wardrobe. I should see the handles on it because of the angle of where it is. But that's all the Scrooge shops. So let's go back to the plaza and change everything back to the non-Christmas look. So we'll get rid of kind of the wintry Scrooge shop and wintry Chez Remy and bring them back to their normal design. So all we need to do is replace that with Chez Remy and replace that with Scrooge McDuck's General Store. And I also want to remove the last of the lampposts that I've got around here. That I've got the festive wreath on. And there we go. So we've fully now got rid of the icy and Christmassy look in the plaza. So it's back to its usual market design. I do wish that there was a different design of the stables so we didn't have the snow on top, but never mind. Don't think we can change it. Unless it has been updated. But I doubt it. Yeah, it's not been updated. Okay, that's fine. But with that, we have done our dream snaps for this week. So we'll just go back to the dream snaps for a minute. So this was the current challenge. That's what we've just been rewarded on. So just to end off the stream, that's what we have got rewarded on for this dream snaps. Was the lovely pattern party. The one we're voting on last week's, we did this in the last stream, was this amazing design inspired with the Herculean build set from Hercules, and definitely kind of got the Greek architecture that I think looks really nice. So that is what we're currently voting on, and then this is my dream snaps for this week. So thank you very much to everyone for watching my stream today. I will be live again on Friday. So I'm not live tomorrow, I'm live on Friday. I will get the time on for you. So I'll be live on Friday on Minecraft at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, hopefully, going to have a Hogwarts Legacy video releasing. We will see. Depends if I can get it edited. It is recorded. I just need to edit it. And then Saturday, there should be a Dreamlight Valley video. It might just be me questing with Minnie Mouse. Or it might be me doing a design. We will see. And then Sunday, hopefully, we'll get a Heartopia video as well. And I've got a Heartopia video to go out either later today or tomorrow. So make sure you check that. I might not be able to make Friday as I'm usually at the market until 3 p.m. That's not a problem, Lucky Gaming. I know you do the market, but that's not a problem. Even if you can join for a little bit, that is fine. Or if you can't join me at all, that is not a problem. But thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next stream or video. Thank you very much, and goodbye.